This is the video on using the Minnesota Providers Screening and Enrollment, or MPSE User Manual, Requests and Revalidation. In this video, we will continue our review of the MPSE User Manual. This video will explain where to find information on how to create requests and complete revalidations in the MPSE portal. A request is a process providers complete in the MPSE portal to alert Minnesota Healthcare Programs, or MHCP, to make a change to their enrollment information. Revalidation is the process providers enrolled with MHCP must complete every 3 to 5 years to confirm their enrollment information is current and meets screening requirements. We start on the home page for the MPSE User Manual. First, we select MPSE Requests in the table of contents. This opens the MPSE Requests page. In the Overview section is a bulleted list of the 4 types of requests that are used in MPSE. We can click on each link to learn more about each type. We will select the first link, New Profile Request. New profile requests are used to complete an initial application for enrollment. Follow these instructions after registering for a temporary MPSE account in the Registration and Access section of this user manual. There are links on this page to instructions for enrolling an individual or organization as a provider with MHCP. There is also information about what happens when a provider's application has been approved. We return to the MPSE Request page and click on Global Request. Providers who need to modify global enrollment information will complete a global request. The Overview section covers the kind of information individual providers and organizations can modify using a global request. The steps to create a global request is used after a user is logged into the MPSE portal. The Notes on Making Global Requests section has tips that may be helpful to providers, such as using the Help link. The Help link is in the top right corner on each MPSE page and assists with specific fields and definitions. We return to the MPSE Request page and click on Enrollment Record Request. Providers who need to modify enrollment information for a specific practice location or create a new practice location will complete an enrollment record request. The Overview section explains what an enrollment record is and gives examples of how enrollment records may be set up in your portfolio. The Steps to Create an Enrollment Record Request section contains instructions on how to create a request after a user is logged into the MPSE portal. The final step in these instructions has links to further instructions for completing other sections of an enrollment record request. The Notes on Making Enrollment Record Requests section has tips that may be helpful to providers when creating an enrollment record request. We return to the MPSE Request page and click on Affiliation Request. The Overview section of this page covers what an affiliation is and gives information about the limitations of an affiliation request. There are 5 different kinds of affiliations that can be requested in the MPSE portal. Each kind of affiliation has their own set of instructions you can access by clicking on the appropriate link. Individual to organization affiliations are used when it is the individual provider requesting to affiliate to an organization. Organization to individual affiliations are used when it is the organization creating the affiliation request managing the affiliation, or enrolling the individual provider in MPSE. Organization to direct support worker affiliations are used to request new enrollment, change enrollment information, or change the affiliation status for a direct support worker. Note that only organizations are able to modify the records of direct support workers. Direct support workers are also known as personal care assistants, community support grant workers, consumer-directed community support workers, and community first services and supports workers. Direct support workers looking to update their enrollment records must request the organizations that employ them to make the updates. Service provider to trading partner affiliation covers how to request to affiliate to a trading partner when it is the provider submitting the request. Trading partner to service provider affiliation covers how to request to affiliate to a service provider when it is the trading partner submitting the request. The MHCP Enrolled Provider Training page contains a number of videos that will walk the viewer through the steps of completing an affiliation for an individual provider and a direct support worker. We will return to the home page and click the last link in the table of contents. This opens the Revalidation page of the User Manual. The Overview section covers what a revalidation is and how to find out if an enrollment record is due for revalidation. The steps to complete revalidation has step-by-step instructions for creating a revalidation request in MPSE. Organizations who are revalidating enrollment records for individual providers affiliated to them will use the Steps to Update an Existing Organization to Individual Affiliation page instead of the instructions on this page. The Review Ownership Information section guides a user on how to review if their Owners and Authorized Persons section of the MPSE portal is up to date. The Notes on Completing Your Revalidation section gives tips on submitting requests. Now, you should be able to locate the information that you need in the MPSE User Manual. If you need further assistance, register for instructor-led training, the weekly MPSE questions and answer sessions, or watch one of our many on-demand videos on the MHCP Enrolled Provider Training page on the DHS Provider website. Check the MHCP Provider News and Updates for announcements on changes to programs and information about new learning tutorials when they become available. Thank you.